Attention humans.
Attention humans. We are explorers.
A long time ago, we discovered and inhabited the planet you call Earth. We loved and cared for this planet. But eventually, as is our way,
We moved on to continue our exploration of the universe.
many millions of years after we left, you humans emerged from the primordial ooze
We left behind to protect the planet's surface. Where are the salmon? It seems that you have messed things up.
Junior and all the other raindrops could be useful if they're treated right.
Hey, we think of Earth like you think about a vacation home. A place to get away from the tedium of infinite exploration. A probe we sent recently to look for salmon sent back this message.
California wild salmon are no longer on the planet.
You have messed things up.
We are giving you a second chance to get it right. Before we do, you need to understand what went wrong. California, in the 21st century, is a good place to start.
Attention.
Something had gone terribly wrong. The crabs that lived in the San Francisco Bay Delta estuary were
Pissed off.
Scientists began investigating.
The crabs got more crabby. They threatened to take over San Francisco.
There was something very wrong with the water.
Crabs,
Born in the bay, and baby salmon who pass through it on their way to the ocean to live their adult life, depend on a healthy mixture of salt and fresh water.
Not enough fresh water was flowing through the bay and out to the ocean.
concerned citizens
Were shocked to discover that fresh water had been redirected away from flowing into the bay and ocean.
It was being sent to the desert land of the west
Side of the Central Valley.
We must meet these needs. We are to have enough safe water, wherever and whenever we want it.
Keep in mind the time, the money, and the labor that's spent to produce our great water supply systems.
Man-made pipelines will tap the clear wilderness lakes.
Humans discovered that the Great Central Valley
Was perfect for farming, but not all of it.
There are some places that have very bad dirt. Toxic, poison dirt that should never have been used for planting.
That was a bad choice. That was a choice that eventually made the salmon disappear. Dumping huge amounts of water on that poison dirt was the only way to get anything to grow there. So the forces of industrial agriculture claim the water as their own.
Irrigation is the principal purpose for which man has developed the Sacramento and San Joaquin rivers in the Great Central Valley of California.
The water that once went to go to the ocean became private property.
We have to put in a lot of machinery to put this water where we want it.
Their lust for water was intense. They never let up.
Contracted water that was desperately needed to support the prosperity of an entire region was instead cavalierly dumped into the Pacific Ocean.
Let's dump all this water that goes to San Francisco and Silicon Valley. Let's take all this water.
They were going to have their way.
The guardians who protected the water owners were
Not to be denied. The views of scientists were dismissed. Voices expressing thoughtful concern about the environment became irrelevant.
It took many sessions of Congress,
And many different presidents,
but eventually,
the forces who said they knew best, won it all.
You and I must understand and support the water supply projects affecting our communities.
Laws were changed and finally,
at last, they stopped water from flowing to the ocean.
no longer was water wasted. It was now for people only.
For a very long time, the powerful guardians of industrial farming prospered.
people went about their business not knowing anything was wrong. Until the shock of the crab attack.
That was a wake-up call.
The crabs could get out of the water to make their point. Salmon could not, as people went about their lives. The never-ending need to construct great buildings continued.
As foundations were dug,
Secrets of the past were revealed. Archaeologists discovered shiny discs of plastic in the dirt. They learned that the discs had been used as storage devices to keep historical records.
They called these discs
DVDs. When they figured out how to play them, the secrets of the past came into sharp focus.
People once harvested food from the ocean. They caught fish. They ate fish.
They loved fish. And they especially loved those slippery silver ones called salmon.
But the voices of the agriculture guardians had the power now to do as they wished. They took more and more water away.
In the end, the salmon and the crab disappeared.
They simply did not have enough water to survive.
No more fish, no.
And when there was no more fish and no more fishermen, the thousands of families up and down the coast of what had been called
California and Oregon could no longer make a living.
The salmon had disappeared, but the guardians didn't care.
But we care.
Our advanced technology is going to return
The Earth back to the lush place it was when we first came here.
We are going to restore the rivers.
We are going to bring back the crabs and the salmon.
We are going to reset the balance of water use. And when we are done,
You humans will get another chance to make it work.
you will learn that water is to be shared.
Water is to be conserved. Water is to be kept clean and healthy. Our probes will be monitoring your progress.
Don't make us have to clean up your mess again. Earth deserves better.
Salmon can only say. And it's sad.